Hello and welcome to the fourth episode of Math Tutor. Today we're going to be talking about the surface area, lateral area of the prism and the cylinder. Now, the prism is very simple when you think about it. Well, the main thing of the prism that most people know is the rectangular solid. The rectangular solid is a rectangular prism. Everybody, I'm sure, knows what that is. It's just a shape that is rectangular, and it's three-dimensional. Now, to find the surface area, it is really simple. Here you have the length, the width, and the height. The equation is extremely simple. What you're going to do is going to do 2 times every single type of this plane. So, there is the length and the width plane. Then you'll add that with the length and the height plane, and you'll add that with the width and the height plane, and all that added together will give you the surface area of your rectangular prism. Now, to find the lateral area, it's actually pretty simple also. If you have a rectangular prism and it's not a square prism, then you'll take the bases and you'll subtract the base from the surface area, or you just say the base is the length and the width, you just don't add it together. Okay? Now, my math teacher said that we won't be coming across this, so if you are in my math class, then disregard that statement. Now, the other types of prisms, you have a pentagonal prism. That's another example of what I'll be working with right now. The pentagonal prism is exactly like the rectangular prism. You are given a pentagon with 5 other sides that connect it to another pentagon. This pentagon and the other pentagon on the other side are considered the bases, while these other sides, the side of those, are considered the height. Now, to find the surface area, you'll do 2 times the, to find the, 2 times the base plus the lateral area. Now, the lateral area is a term that I'm going to define now. It is everything on the surface area but minus the bases. So the lateral area is this area in red. It is all the sides that do not include the bases, while the surface area includes this blue area and the lateral area. So you're going to want to keep that in mind. To find the lateral area is also pretty simple. It's another equation. Perimeter times the height. Now the perimeter is talking about the perimeter of the base. Okay? Now say it's a pentagonal prism and the perimeter is equal to and the side is equal to 5. You'll just multiply that by 5, and that will be the perimeter. Okay? Then you multiply it by the height. So let's say the height is 10. So 5 times 5 is 25. Multiply it by 10, add on a 0. That is the lateral area, which would be equal to 250. Now, to find the surface area, we'll take this other equation. Let's substitute the lateral area for what we just solved for. So it would be 2 times the bases plus 250 is equal to the surface area. So the bases, we will use the equation AP over 2 to find the base. Now that is, the A stands for the apothem. So the perimeter is 25. We've already established that. The apothem would be this area right here. Let me draw out another pentagon so you can see. the apothem would be that line. So we'll make a 30, 60, 90 triangle. 2.5 would be here. So 2.5 square root of 3 would be there. So the apothem would be 2.5 square root of 3. That is one base if you put it over 2. But since we're multiplying it by 2 in this equation, we can disregard this 2 and have this as the actual equation. So you just multiply these two together and then substitute it in the equation right here. That's how you find the surface area. Now we'll go into the cylinder. The cylinder is pretty simple also. You just need to know the equations. Now, the equation for the lateral area, which, as I've already described, is this area in red. The equation is 2 pi r h. Now, if you want to know why it's like that, let's look at the prism. The prism is the perimeter times the height. Now, the other word for the perimeter of a circle is the circumference, which, if you remember, the circumference is equal to pi times the diameter, or to 2 pi r. Then you just multiply it by the height, which is here. And that is the lateral area. So the equation for the entire surface area is the same equation as the prism. It's the lateral area plus the two bases, which the lateral area will substitute for 2 pi r h, and then the bases, we'll be finding the area of that, which the area of the base, as you should know, is equal to pi r squared, which we all know pi's aren't squared. Stupid nerd joke. So you'll add on the 2 pi r squared. This 2 because we need both the bases, adding them on. If we only add on one base, then we'll be skipping out on having this area or this area. So you'll do solve for that and solve for that. Simple substitutions. Let's say the radius is 5 and the height is 3. So you'll do just substitute it in there and solve for the surface area, which would be, so you'll have 2 pi times 15 plus 2 pi times 25, which would make 30 pi, and 50 pi, which, since they're like terms, we can add them together, making the surface area equal to 80 pi. Now, this is quite a long video, but it's on a pretty complicated subject. So please subscribe later, or after seeing this video, if you haven't already subscribed. Leave any questions or recommendations in the comments box, and thanks for watching. Bye.